ritual. Not to partake, obviously. You're early either way. You might want to make yourself scarce until it's actually time for the ceremony. The bonding ritual is very important to the tribe. Everyone is under a lot of pressure to make sure everything is perfect. There's some commotion in the village right now. Raised voices, tempers high. Not the best time for visitors. Kind of you to offer. I guess that would be all right, since you're not an envoy from the local tribes. Don't say I didn't warn you. You'll want to speak to our tree minder, Pavu. She'll know what to do, and give you a proper welcome. I'll just stay out here until things settle down. If anyone asks, I'm hard at work, gathering plants for the ceremony. You've never heard of the Brightthroats? We're very well known in Murkmire. Our crafts are highly sought. We trade with most of the tribes. Lilmoth, too. That's why the bonding ritual is so important. It renews our ties to the other tribes. A marriage, you would call it. No, a honeymoon, I think. We choose who will lay and sire the next clutch of our eggs. We Brightthroats invite the other tribes to send envoys and bond with our tribe. Without them, it would be bad.
You are well-traveled, yes? Let us exchange pleasantries and word from the road. Greetings and salutations. I was curious to know if your travels are soon to lead you through Brightthroat lands. It is my home, you see, and I have just returned from Shadowfen. I have supplies meant for our bonding ritual preparations, but I must arrange for their transport. It would mean so much if you could tell my tree minder that I will be home soon. Most assuredly so. It is our most important ceremony of the year. The whole village will be bubbling with activity to ensure it goes smoothly. Knowing that I will return soon with supplies would be one less burden on the tree minder's mind. Many grateful thanks to you. You need only tell tree minder Pavu that Tseedasi will be home in a day or so with supplies. May the mud remain firm under your feet. Well, every tribe has some ritual to celebrate a fruitful union. I am told even men and Mer have such things, but we Brightthroats are unique in that we seek to pair those of our tribe with those of other tribes. It builds trust. I do not know exactly what you mean, but we do this to improve relations with our neighbors. We are better able to settle disputes, freely travel, and trade, because we are all egg brothers and egg sisters. Tree minder Pavu oversees everything, or rather, she interprets the Hist's will so that we can carry it out. Our Hist has taught us this way of life, and we have prospered for it. I am grateful to count myself a Brightthroat.
Thinking, bringing this thing here.
Look at it, Iskanaz. This was Saxhleel. It should rest with the roots of the Hist.
That is an aberration. You'll poison the Hist with its corruption.
You're heartless.
I am only thinking of the good of the tribe.
Let the tree minder decide. I regret you had to see that. Sikat Yol is normally a more peaceful, welcoming place to visit. We found this pitiable soul limping his way to our village. I almost took him for a bog blight at first, but this Saxhleel was alive when I found him, if only barely. I tried to help him, but he lashed out and collapsed. He died shortly after. I've never seen anything like this. He's like mud packed too wet, unable to hold its shape. I hope the Hist guides Treeminder Pavu toward an answer. She's never far from the Hist, if it can be helped. That is her home there. Take no offense if she is concerned with more pressing matters.
We should leave it to the bog. Surely you agree. Oh, Treeminder, the Ojel, just as you said.
Greetings. I am Treeminder Pavu of the Brightthroat tribe. The chimes spoke of a visitor's approach. Our Hist welcomes you within its boughs, and so do we. I regret that you arrive for what should be a joyous occasion to find only worries and troubles. That is a load off my mind, Bikojel. It is good to know that at least one thing is going right amid all the misfortunes looming. We are amidst the preparations for our tribe's most vital ceremony. Now a warped and withered stranger has died at our roots. An ill omen for the arrival of our guests. I am troubled, Ojel, because I do not hear what the Hist is trying to tell me. These past weeks, the Hist has been agitated. It has given me signs that I believed were warnings for the bonding to come, but now I feel that I've misinterpreted. It is this clutch that is in peril, and it is you who can save it. The chimes speak of pain. Our children are suffering, but they are not hatched. The egg tenders have brought me no concerns about the clutch's well-being, but the Hist always speaks truth. Go with Iskenaz. See what I am blind to. The Hist favors you, but there are other reasons. Secrets kept from a Treeminder may be less well hidden from a stranger. They are not suited to it. Suspicion is not in our nature. I only even consider wrongdoing because I must. I cannot turn to our allies for aid either. If they begin to view our tribe as untrustworthy or incapable, the ties that bind us would break. Unlike many tribes, we welcome Ojel to join in our bonding ritual. Through this, our tribes become true eggkin, and we enjoy peace and prosperity as one. Who would bond with us if we allowed our clutches to come to harm? In that, you see my concern. It is the time when a new clutch of eggs is conceived. The egg bearers and sires are chosen, and through the bonding ritual renew the tribe. It is a significant time for any tribe, but especially so for the Brightthroats. We bond with other tribes. Our bonding ritual is more than a simple ceremony. It is the renewal of our vows. To call it off so abruptly, without explanation, would invite questions of our commitment to our allies. I must know if my fears are justified first. The only thing I am certain of is the Hist's grief. If the Hist tells me our eggs are suffering, then it must be so. The egg tenders either can't or won't tell me what is wrong. So, my hope is you will fare better. The Hist's wisdom is infinite, but our ability to understand them is limited. To commune with the Hist is to see to hear, to smell, to feel, and even to taste in a way not your own. Discerning the meaning of these signs is not a simple thing.
I will be at their beck and call, Treeminder. This way, Bikojel. I am Iskenaz, Vovaste to Treeminder Pavu. I am at your service. I promise to leave you with a fine impression of our tribe. I am her student, and she is my teacher. One day I will commune with the Hist as she does, and share its wisdom with the tribe. A great duty, and also a great responsibility. You see how it weighs on her. The hardest decisions always fall to her. Oh no, put that from your mind. It is not a normal occurrence, I assure you. My root brother found that disfigured creature approaching our village, clearly injured or ill. It died before it could cause any harm. I only meant to keep it that way. There were similarities, but I question that it was a Saxhleel. Maybe once, but not as the thing we saw here. My misguided kin meant only kindness for an unfortunate soul, but that small act could carry grave consequences for our entire tribe. Yes, you understand. I would not wish that terrible fate on any of my tribe, or even my enemies. Not that I have enemies. I am very well liked. And if the Hist was made ill, I dare not think of it. I don't wish to question your knowledge of such things, but it might be best if you speak with the egg tenders before visiting the nests. They can speak to anything you would want to know about our eggs. Oh, I don't wish to speak ill of anyone of the tribe. I only hear idle gossip from time to time. I'm told Keenom has the bad habit of speaking his mind too freely and listening poorly, but I have never heard complaint of his egg tending. Perhaps a tour of the egg tender's quarters is of interest. It is just up the way. Our visit should not arouse suspicion. We host many guests, but your discretion would be appreciated. Keenom, Mime, we have a guest very interested in our customs. Please, show them the utmost courtesy.
Sorry about the mess here. Got kicked over during the commotion earlier.
This is the egg tender's dwelling. Please, take a look around. Speak with our rootkin. We Brightthroats are gracious hosts.
Have you come to learn all you can about egg tending before you witness our bonding ritual? I'm sure Mime would be happy to help you. I am soon to begin my watch of the nests, and I wish to enjoy the peace and quiet a while longer. It is normally quite pleasant, but before the bonding ritual it becomes insufferable. Suddenly the village is full of experts, if you take my meaning. The sooner it's back to just me and the eggs, the better. No, just dries my scales. The eggs are blissfully unaware of all this scrutiny, I think. I don't remember all the gawking and complaining, certainly. Now, if you don't mind, I think Mime would make better company right now. Some herb. Smells sharp as the thorns. Wouldn't use it to season fruit, that's for certain. Must be one of the others. Just put it back with the rest of the food. Maybe under glass. I'm no herbalist. If you're worried someone's trying to poison us, I promise I'm not going to eat it. I am going to get back to my drink, though.
You really want to talk to me? Visitors never want to talk to the egg tenders. Did you know that we are the only tribe that bonds with other tribes? It may not seem so from the luster of our scales, but it's true. Well, my egg sister Mina had to lay her first clutch with a copper eye that didn't know which direction his tail should face. But no. We care for our eggs, but the hist guides their development. Not all eggs are destined to hatch, though. They return to the hist. There are signs to look for. Dry shells, lacking luster, thin membrane, an empty shadow. Inevitably, they sink into the roots and fade away. Those that remain are always healthy members of the tribe. Because they are bright throats, we are shaped the way our hist desires. Strange. Let me see them. Oh, these are just dragonthorn. Nothing to be concerned about. Don't know how they got mixed in with the fruit, unless someone's feeling superstitious. Well, it has many uses, but we mostly grow it for potions to add in fruitful bonding. Our ancestors believed chewing the leaves helps the body prepare healthy eggs. Nobody really does that anymore. We trade it to the Deadwater for their warriors, to give them vigor in battle. But I hear they've been having problems with reproduction, so I'm told there are some other, unsavory uses, but I wouldn't know anything about that.
Satisfied with your visit here? There is no rush. Anything in particular that caught your interest? Poison? Oh, this is dragonthorn. We mostly trade it to the Deadwater tribe, but it's a fairly ordinary medicinal plant. Several of the egg tenders are skilled herbalists. I don't see any reason it would be hidden intentionally. Then perhaps we have a traitor to the tribe. To think, it is beyond imagining. Quickly, let us check on the eggs. I pray we will find the truth before something terrible happens. You should visit the Uzith, our nest among the roots of the hist. Perhaps the egg tenders on duty will provide something more useful. I will meet you at the Uzith, the nesting beds. This is the Uzith, the nest where our eggs are cared for. The egg tenders take every care to ensure that our offspring are healthy and safe.
Can you do this another time, Iskanaz? We're already behind.
This is the Uzith. It is normally bustling with activity around bonding time. My eggkin must be preoccupied with the disturbing events of the day.
It's premature for a tour. We still have a lot of preparations to make. True. We're also known for our social savvy, so quit trying to blow bubbles up my bog and tell me why you're here. that busybody, Aliskeeh, ask you to spy on us now? I swear he'll go running to the tree minder over the littlest thing. What? No, that's not true. Look for yourself. These eggs are as healthy as any I've ever seen. They return to the Hist. It happens to a few eggs in almost every clutch. Sometimes the Hist just doesn't believe it's time for a soul to return. The Hist takes them back, and we focus our efforts on nurturing those intended to hatch. No! I can't believe even the tree minder is being paranoid about the upcoming bonding ritual. These eggs are going to shine like gems when the envoys arrive. If everyone would stop fussing over us.
A lord offered me something called Giant's Toe Mead. It was disgusting, but I pretended to like it.
I'm sorry. Did you need something? It's nothing. I'm just upset from an argument earlier. Forgive me. I just felt so sorry for him. The idea of leaving him to rot, I'm sorry. Can we talk about something else? No. Why would you think there's something wrong? What? No. No. That can't be. It can't. I have to go.
Oh my. Hasara. She's not still angry with me, is she? Well, yes. She is a sensitive soul. It is what makes her such a skilled egg tender, but... And I don't wish to speak ill. The river of her heart is so full that it does not take much to flood. I'm sure once she has had time to get a hold of herself, she will return. Perhaps we should continue our search in the meantime. The empty nest. Those eggs were returned to the Hist. Were the eggs poisoned, or was the poisoner's intent to harm the Hist? This is terrible. You are right, of course. Let me think. Think. This dragonthorn looks fresh, so it must have been picked recently. We cultivate ours in a small glade near to the village. That would be the easiest place to gather this much of the herb. Forgive me, but I must report your findings to the tree minder. I will return to your side with all the swiftness of a strangler vine. The glade is not far. I will meet you there as soon as I can.
Be mindful where you step when passing through the Oozith.
Over here, look! A body in our drying hut. I don't like the look of this, Bikogel. I will keep my distance until you know it is safe. He's really dead. He looks to be Vishkalil. You can never be certain with the ghost people. What happened here? That dead man is one of the Vishkalil, the Ghost People tribe. Are they responsible for our troubles? Who would want to kill Hasura? That makes no sense. And who killed the Vishkalil? Don't tell me you think Hasura killed this Ojel. She averts her gaze from our cook fires for pity of the creatures on the spits. She could never have done this. As mud is my mother, it's true. How could she? Giving our eggs to the Vishkalil of all people. I don't care if they were not meant to hatch. The Ghost People should never have been allowed to lay a hand on our eggs. We must tell Pavu. What about Hasura? Let the Vishkalil take her for what she's done. I'm sorry. I did not mean that. They'll kill her, or worse. Hasura will have to face judgment for her actions, but it should be the tribe's judgment. You hear that? Hasura, is that you? Ha! It's alive! Don't let it get me. Oh. Gracious roots, it just died. Why are these sickly creatures coming here? Another of these twisted branches dies among our roots. This is no coincidence. These things must be the work of the Vishkalil, sent to poison our Hist with their corruption. The Ghost People tribe. They make their home in the lightless corners of the deep swamp. Vishkalil only leave their lands to creep through the night and steal the dead. Even the brutal Root House people will return Saxlil dead to their tribes, so they may return to the Hist. Not the Ghost People. They keep those lost souls for themselves, burying the bodies in the roots of their Hist. Or worse. Profaning them in strange rituals that keep souls from the Hist, or giving the dead legs to wander through the murk as dreadful watchmen. They mean to poison the whole village and steal our dead. We must find where these monstrosities come from. We mustn't let this trail go cold. This may be our only chance to find the vile den of the Vishkalil before they unleash more foulness upon us. All the more reason to keep on the path before us. She may have bested the attacker we found, but perhaps there were others. The only thing certain is that she will not be safe until the Vishkalil are dealt with. They have an odd, familiar scent. I can't place it. We mustn't let this trail go cold. This may be... This might be working. This might be working. This keeps getting worse and worse. If anyone were to discover that we lost eggs to the Vishkalil, we'd never be trusted again. Ugh, that smell. We must be near the Blight Bog Sump. Of course, this is where the Vishkalil would make their home.